A failed relationship is better than a broken marriage. My relationship didn't work out. Congratulations. Yes, another one is going to come. Hi, gorgeous people. Hi, beautiful people. Hi, amazing people. You're welcome to my channel. In case it's your first time of stopping on this amazing channel, my name is Enoblade. Thanks for stopping by. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing some dating mistakes in your early 20s. Yeah, about 10 dating mistakes in your early 20s. Some of these mistakes, I made them. Yes, I won't even lie about it. Some of them I made them and some I didn't actually. But they're actually mistakes that you could possibly make in your 20s. Stay tuned as we list out these 10 mistakes, okay? The first point I'm going to be listing out, it's your mindset. Yes, your mindset. You thinking you have to marry anybody you date. It's not true, guys. You don't have to marry anyone you date. No. Because I've seen situations whereby this mindset makes people continue to stay in an abusive relationship. You have to be open-minded. It's either it works out or it doesn't work out. And there's nothing bad if it doesn't work out. You pick up the lessons and move on. So dating does not necessarily mean you have to marry that person. Because then I remember in our early 20s, anybody you date, you're already seeing yourself getting married to this person. Yeah, it has an advantage side, but I don't really think it's the right thing to do. Be open-minded. You're dating this person to see if you guys are compatible, if you guys can actually become one. So there are chances that you guys may not end up. Be open-minded. It's either it works out or it doesn't work out. You have to learn to manage your expectations in this regard. So all relationship doesn't necessarily have to lead to marriage. No. You have to get out that mindset that every relationship I step into is leading into marriage. Because somehow that has made people endure things that they're not supposed to be enduring. You see them enduring, oh, I really want this to lead to marriage and all that. That way, you're even ignoring the red flags because you're so focused on him being your husband. You're so focused on how you guys are going to walk down the aisle together that you're overlooking the red flags. You're not even seeing red flags anymore. All you see is him on suit and you in your wedding gown. Well, you have to be open-minded. You need to understand that every relationship is definitely not going to lead to marriage. Some of them are going to teach me lessons. You know, one of them could lead to marriage, definitely, but relationship is to help you get to know yourself, to see if you guys are compatible, if you have shared values. So if it's not so, then you move on with your life and it's okay. Yes, it's okay. So the second point I'm going to be listing out is building your life around a man. Like a lot of people make this mistake. Sometimes even in their 30s, they still make this mistake. You do not have to build your life around a man or making a man your everything. For God's sake, you should still have a life of your own. You need to have a sense of self, despite the fact that you're in a relationship. Because sometimes we make this mistake when we start dating a guy, or that guy suddenly becomes our all. We are no longer consistent with the things we usually do. Probably you're a student, you no longer go to class because you're in a relationship with this guy. You don't go to fellowship anymore because you started dating this guy. Most of the time, I've seen people who build their life around a guy, and what happens when a guy breaks their hearts? You see them going through depression, some of them even thinking of committing suicide because they have made this guy the center of their world. You don't have to let it get to that point. You suddenly met a guy, still have your own life. Yeah, I understand I'm in love and all that. Do not allow your emotions get the best of you. Still use your brain. Okay, I know I'm this, but I don't have to be all over him. He's even going to appreciate you more. He's going to value you more. You don't have to make him the center of your world or build your life around him. Take note of this point, because when eventually anything happens, it breaks your heart or whatever, the effect will be less if you didn't build your life around him. But for a girl who has built her life around a guy and everything, trust me, depression, you see them thinking of committing suicide and all that. So do not build your life around a guy. Have a sense of self. Do your personal things, the things you used to enjoy to do on your own before you met him. Keep doing them. You know, go out, go on, take yourself out sometimes. It even makes him value and appreciate you more than to be around him. He's going to play football, you're following him. Anything, you're going with him. You don't even do your thing. You don't even go out with your friends anymore. You usually hang out with your friends, but since you started dating this guy, you don't have friends anymore. Not because he said you shouldn't have them, but because you now have an odogu in your life. So you feel like, oh, I don't need those friends anymore. I don't even need to go to class anymore. I don't even need to go to fellowship anymore. I actually did this, you know. So that's why I'm really emphasizing on it, guys. Take note of this point, okay? The third point is similar to the second point. You do not need a man to be whole. You don't need a man to complete. You don't need a man to be whole. At some point, we feel like we need a man to be whole. We need a man to be relevant. We need a man. No. Live your life regardless. Get out that mindset that, oh, I need a man to be whole. Okay, you don't have a boyfriend and you're so desperate for a guy because you feel he completes you. There's a part of you that needs a man. No, 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 no. Do not be desperate. That's going to bring in desperation. Live your life. You are whole in yourself. You are complete in yourself. There are some persons who, whenever they are not in a relationship, is like a big problem to them. I'm not in a relationship. Oh, no guy, you. And I'm like, really? Is it that serious? I don't understand. Maybe it's that serious for some people, but I don't think it's the right way. Well, that will appear desperate to people because you feel like, oh, I need a guy to be whole. I need him to complete me. You do not need a man to be whole. You're all in yourself. If probably, okay, you don't have a boyfriend, you're 26, you're 27, you're 28, I know you could be worried and all that, but do not be worried. Don't be worried. Some people get their boyfriend or husband comes at 22, some are 23, some are 30. Pursue your dreams. If probably you have an undergraduate degree, go for your master's. Just try and develop yourself. Trust me, the right guy will locate you when you least expected. So just move on with your life, be happy, enjoy your life, and the right guy will come and you'll be like, voila, really, where have you been? At this point, if you have not subscribed, please press that red button, press it, and also like our videos. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for doing so. It's going to help YouTube recommend our videos to other people. So the next point is rushing into a relationship. Like, a relationship is a major part of our lives. It's something you need to take your time. Being in a relationship is not like you buying a bag or buying a shoe or just, buying a car or whatever. It's something you need to take your time. Because I noticed that a lot of people make this mistake. You rush into a relationship. You just got out from one relationship. The next month, you're already in one. Take your time, heal, breathe. Get to know yourself so that it will be easier for you to deal with other people. Do not rush into a relationship. You need to take your time to know who you're dating, what you're getting into. Because you don't want to repeat the same mistakes you made with Adams. You don't want to make it with James. Take your time before getting into a relationship, okay? The next point is you have to get out that I can fix him mindset. That mindset that always makes you feel like, oh, I can fix him, it's not a problem. He beats you up every time, but you believe that one day he will change. You're patient with him. You're not his wife, sis. You're not his wife to be doing that kind of patience. You're just a girlfriend. And this is supposed to be a red flag. This is something you're supposed to see and run away, but you're still there thinking, oh, I can fix him. I'll talk to him. I'll be praying for him. Who are you to do that? Are you his mama? You're not his mother. So get out that I can fix him mindset. You can't fix anyone. People will change when they want to change. If you were a wife saying this, I could even understand. But there are even some wives that wouldn't take such. So you need to get that mindset out. A girlfriend thinking you can fix a guy. This guy is everything that a man shouldn't be. But you just feel that you are God, that you can fix him. It was easy to fix a man. Everybody would have been a saint. God would have just changed everybody to become who he wants us to be. So it's not that easy for you to think you can change a guy to become what you want. Get out that mindset, okay? It's a mistake a lot of people make. Get out that mindset. You can't change him. If he's in a certain way you do not like, the earlier you take note of it and see it as a red flag and run for your life, the better for you. Laying down your expectations. You need to lay down your expectations from the beginning. Yes. Your expectations, lay it down at that beginning. Do not keep them and start laying down later. Because the moment you tell him at the beginning, this is my expectations, this is how I want to be treated and all that, he knows. So in a situation where he doesn't do them, you know at least you told him that these were your expectations and he didn't do them, and that's how the relationship ended. But I've seen some people go into a relationship, they didn't say anything about expectations, they just expected the guy to know what to do and all that. Then 2-3 years into the relationship, you are not complaining that you don't do that. But the guy is like, well, you didn't lay anything. There was no blueprints, you get? You need to lay your expectations from the beginning. If you're someone who would not take cheating, you don't forgive cheating, let him know from the beginning that cheating is a no-no for me. I don't take it. So you have to be careful. If you're someone who believes in mutual respect, let him know, okay, as long as we're in this relationship, there has to be mutual respect, okay? I respect you, respect me. For no reason should you disrespect me. I do not like that, and I don't think I'll take that. Lay your expectations from the beginning. From the beginning, you suddenly met a guy, you know he's broke, he doesn't have money, but somehow because you guys love each other, you know. But to you, you know money is important to you, but you're pretending, hoping that later now you're not showing your true color. And the guy is like, for God's sake, his friends will be like asking him, what happened? Where did he get it wrong? Unknowing to him, in the beginning, you've always been someone that money means a lot. You love money. But somehow you didn't lay that expectation. Lay your expectations from beginning, not later, 2 years into the relationship, you're pressuring this guy. You are now saying things that he never knew you to be from the beginning. Your expectations, lay it down. Just like you accepting things that you know you would not accept on a normal day, you are not accepting it. At the end of the day, maybe 2 years into a relationship is now a problem for you. No, whatever you know you will not accept in a relationship, please let him know from the beginning. Let him know from the beginning that I will not accept this. Do not pretend to like a particular thing just because you want to please him and all that. 2 years into the relationship, he now discovers that you don't actually like those things. Let him know your likes and your dislike from the very, very beginning, not 5 years into the relationship. Why should you even be in a relationship for 5 years? That's by the way, guys. Another point I will talk about is you need to know that you are a queen and you should be treated so. Because a lot of girls are going through a lot in their relationship. Their relationship is dealing so much with them. I don't know how to put that. You're in a relationship, this guy doesn't treat you right, he beats you up, and you are still there because you want to maintain that status that, oh, I'm in a relationship, I have a boyfriend. You need to know your worth. It all boils down to you knowing your worth. If you know your worth, there are some things you wouldn't take in a relationship. I can relate to this particular point I'm talking about now. You need to know your worth. You need to know that you're a queen and you ought to be treated so. Do not allow a guy treat you like trash, make you feel less of yourself. Because there are so many girls in relationship that with guys that have made them feel worthless. So worthless that sometimes they even tell themselves that they don't deserve love. They've come to believe that they don't deserve respect, they don't deserve to be adored, they don't deserve to be cherished. No, you're a queen. You deserve to be cherished. Do not continue to stay in such relationship. Know your worth, and that way you know there are some things you will take and there are some things you wouldn't take. You can't be in a relationship and the guy is beating you up. I don't understand. So you shouldn't stay in such relationship. It's not even healthy. How do you love such a person that beats you up, that insults you, that treats you like shit, that doesn't know your value, that doesn't know your worth? How do you even love such people? You need to take note of this, okay? Or probably you're in a relationship with a guy who cheats on you every now and then. He can even cheat on you with your sister. But you're still in that relationship because you want to continue to maintain that status that I am in a relationship. How do you even love a guy that cheats? You're not married to this guy, he cheats with anything on skirt and you're still comfortable being in that relationship. No, this is a mistake that I also made in my early 20s. So you shouldn't be doing that. You should know your worth, know your value, know your worth. That way there are some things you wouldn't take, and lay it down. Like in the previous point I made, your expectations, lay it down from the beginning. I wouldn't take cheating. So that guy, even if he's cheating, he has to be very careful, because the day you get to find out, he knows what's up. Take note of these points, guys. So the next point is the number of years you've dated a guy does not matter, or the number of years you've dated him is not enough for you to remain in an abusive relationship. You know, you see some people who are going through an abusive relationship where the guy beats them up, cheats on them, degrade them and all, but somehow they continue to remain in such relationship because they feel like, oh, I've put in so much in this relationship, I've been with him for like 5 years, I've been with him for like 4 years, and that way it's difficult for you to move on with your life. I can relate a little bit with this. No matter how much you've put in, no matter how many houses you've built with him, if he's not the kind of man that you want, you see that he has red flags that you know you can't cope with, run for your life. Do not look at whatever investment you think you've invested in that relationship. That's why somehow I feel like you shouldn't even invest too much in a relationship that you're not sure of. Don't, because it'll be difficult for you to get out from a relationship you have invested so much in. Even if you have invested so much in that relationship, it's still not enough to remain in an abusive relationship. Or you've been with that guy for so many years. It's not enough. It's not enough. Do you know what can happen? Do you know the change that can take place the moment you get out from that relationship? You meet a better guy that will take care of you, love you, adore you for the rest of your life. Are you going to sacrifice the future happiness for something that you're already saying that this is like this, it can't change? So take note of this, guys. So you need to understand that a man cannot complete you. You need to learn to have a relationship with yourself. With yourself. When you get to understand yourself, then you know what you want. It's easy for you to know what you want. It's easy to know what you can tolerate because you have come to understand yourself. A lot of us do not understand ourselves. We just jump into a relationship and we expect the other person to understand us. When you that is even in that body, you don't even understand yourself. You don't know your likes, you don't know your dislikes, you don't know things that you hate, you don't know things that you like. So get to know yourself. The next point, you don't need to be desperate. Do not be desperate to have a man. You need to know your worth. Because when you know your worth, trust me, you won't even have any relationship with desperation. But I feel like those people who are desperate actually do not even know their worth. If you know your worth, you know that what I need is going to come to me. Do not be desperate, because any man you keep with desperation, you have to continue keeping him with that thing you used to keep him. And it's not even interesting. It's not even exciting keeping a man with desperation, or or being desperate over a man. Men don't even like such women who are very desperate. They are scared. Like, why is she so desperate? Do not be desperate to have a man. Take your time. The right man will come and locate you. Desperation is not even sexy. It's not attractive. You're being desperate just even tells the man that it's probably guys has cursed this girl, or she doesn't have guys in her life, or I'm probably the only one that has asked her out in a while. Why is she so desperate? Don't appear desperate. So the next point I'm going to be talking about is communication is very important. Yes, it's very important. Do not think or expect the guy you're dating to know whatever is going on in your mind. It's not in your mind. Lack of communication can ruin a relationship. Yes, I've seen this in lots of relationships, most especially in our early 20s, whereby you expect a guy to know what's in your mind, or a guy is expecting a girl to know what is in his mind. For God's sake, we are not God. You're not God. He's not God. You don't expect him to know what's in your mind. Communicate your differences. If something pisses you off, talk about it. Talk about it. They should always communicate things, because communication can ruin a relationship. I've seen relationships that parted ways basically because of lack of communication. When I asked them what actually separated them, they can't even bring out reasons why they separated. But lack of communication, they weren't able to express themselves, and somehow the relationship just got messed up. Communication is very, very important. Talk out your differences. Talk. It's very important. I'm not in your mind. The next point is love is enough. Love is good, but it shouldn't be the only reason why you're dating a guy. Let go when it's not working. If a relationship is not working, let go. Do not hold on to the love. Oh, I love him. He beats you. He treats you like shit. But you're still holding on to the fact that, oh, you love him. You need to ask yourself, why am I in this relationship? Love is good. It's important. But it shouldn't be the main reason why you're in that relationship. As a lady, that's not even your responsibility to love a man. I understand that you have to love him. But you shouldn't be holding on to something that you know that you should have let go of, basically because you love him. Yes, I'm saying it because I've seen this too in people's relationship, whereby all the red flags are visible, but you see this girl holding on to this guy. Oh, I really love him. She keeps complaining about this. He does this. He does that. He beats me up. He's cheating and all that. Okay, what are you still doing there? Just that I love him. Love? Just that you love him. Okay, continue to stay there. So love should not be the only reason why you are with a guy. If you're not treated well in a relationship, you need to learn to let go. Let go and move on with your life. Okay? Yes, guys. You don't have to continue to stay with a guy because of age. Oh, this relationship, I know the guy is not good. I know he does this, but you see, age is not on my side. I'm already 35. Forever is a long time to put yourself in just because you feel like you were getting old. Take your time. The right man will locate you. It's not how far, but how well. It's not how early you got into it. It's how successful it actually turns out to be. That's what matters. There are people who got married in their 35 and they are having it sweet. They are in their 50 years in marriage now. There were some who got married in their 20s and somehow along the line they broke up or they separated in that marriage. So it's not how far, but how well. Take your time. A failed relationship is better than a broken marriage. My relationship didn't work out. Congratulations. Yes, another one is going to come. It's better than a marriage that didn't work out. Okay? You need to give yourself a break. Sometimes just date yourself. Get to know yourself. Just try and get to understand yourself. You don't have to be in a relationship all the time. Stop jumping from relationship to relationship. You just got heartbroken this month. Next month, you're already in a relationship. You haven't even healed. So that's why you see some people transferring their aggression into the next relationship. And the guy will be wondering, what did I do wrong? She didn't heal properly before moving on to the next relationship. Heal. Take a break. Get to know yourself. Enjoy yourself. Date yourself. It will be easier for you to get into another relationship that way.